beautiful people. I'm Uguji Madekwe and I welcome you all to my podcast, The Grey Area, where controversial issues are discussed and dealt with. So today we're going to be discussing a very controversial topic that every one of us can relate to, as long as you were once a child and then you are now an adult, or you are still a child, or you are even a parent. You once have faced something like this. So it's something so many of us have come across while growing up, especially Africans. I don't want to just streamline this topic to Nigerians alone because it's general with African parents. Yes. But before we dive into this topic in particular, I would like us to listen to a, a song titled You Say by Lauren Daigle. So we'll be right back and please stay tuned. Just stay close. Please don't shift. Ensure you listen, ensure you enjoy the song, ensure you vibe to the song, and ensure you pick meanings from the lyrics. Thank you so much. See you later. Thank you.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I'm held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. When I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. Taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. You'll have every failure, God. You'll have every victory. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. You say
So what basically the song that we just all listen to right now is a very, very, for me, it's a song that I just listen to me it's a it's a powerful song rather. And the reason why I term it powerful is because when you listen to the lyrics very well, you would really understand how powerful it is. It's a song that talks about that reviews that reminds you of who you are, your real identity as a child of God. So for me it is a very very powerful song. But yes, no, I'm not going to dive into that so much. If you are interested in the song, probably you couldn't listen to it properly while it was playing. Yes, it's fine. The title is You Say by Lauren Daigle. You can go Google search it online and download the MP3 and you can listen to it for as much as you want. You understand? Yes, so this topic we're discussing on today is I would give it a name, but although the title could be long, permit me, forgive me, please. But I'll give it a name, a title. I will give it Parents Given Purpose versus God's Given Purpose. Again, I repeat, Parents Given Purpose versus God's Given Purpose. Hmm. The reason why I gave it this title is because yes, we all are created by God. We are God's creation. We are God's children. And we do not even own ourselves. We don't even own our lives in general. Do you understand? So, at the end of the day, just as we were taught in the church, or in the Bible, we would give account to God for even this life that we've lived, right? And that shows that we do not own it. Because the last time I checked, when you own a thing, you really do not have to give account to anybody for how you treat that thing or how you handle that thing. So for us, so my understanding is that for us to give account for our lives simply means that we do not own our lives. Do you understand? We do not own our lives. We are not living our lives for ourselves. We are living it for a being, and that is who? That's God, right? Yes. So now, why I say purpose, parents given purpose and God's given purpose. There is a God given purpose for every living human on this earth. Every human being created, every human being you see on this earth has his or her own God's given purpose. Yes. And each purpose varies, depends on the person, depends on the field God wants to take that person on, depends on the path God is leading that person on. It all depends on your personal dealings with God. It all depends on your personal basically purpose is personal. Yes, I would say it is very very much personal, because my own God-given purpose is definitely not same as my sister's giving God's given purpose. It's definitely not going to be the same with my brother's God's given purpose. So we all have our different purposes and our different God's given purposes, you understand, and different reasons why we were created, different reasons, different paths God want us to take, different, career things God, or business God want us to venture into. Do you understand? Different vocations, different gifting, different talents. Do you understand? Yes. Now, why I termed the other one your parents given purpose is because, if aside the fact that we all know that we are aware, including our parents, that we have our God's given purpose, our parents have their own particular kind of purpose they want to enforce on us as children. Now this is it. Please do not get me wrong. Don't misinterpret me. Yeah, it's possible as a parent you've given birth to that beautiful girl, that beautiful boy, and then maybe God's given purpose for that person is to be a world known artist. When I mean artist, I mean someone that is into arts, drawing, fine arts, and the likes. You understand? Or maybe in the entertainment industry, it could be a musician. It could be, or maybe it's going to be a footballer, and the person is really going to excel in. Trust me, whatever purpose God gives to you, right? It could even be a vocation. It could even be just anything. It is for a purpose. It is God's given purpose, and definitely it is so that you will excel, because God wants it is God's plan and will and purpose for us to all excel in our different field, and as well use that field as a medium to draw more people to him, to propagate the gospel. Do you understand? And so when God has said, okay, this particular child is going to be a well-known artist, or let me say fine artist, do you understand? And then your parents has given birth to this particular child, the parent of that child has given birth to this particular child, and they're like, oh no, I think this child would, for me, oh, based on how I have weigh it, because of the kind of our geographical location, and because of how I'm seeing the way things are going, okay, I think this child will do well better as a doctor. Now, now you see these two different purposes. They are all good, right? But trust me, one is better than one. And the one that is better than one is because the one that is better than one, definitely, I would say, is the God's given purpose. And the reason being that it is God that is offering this purpose to you, or is declaring this purpose concerning your life. Do you understand? I'm not saying your parents' own purpose is not good. Do you understand? But it is definitely good still, because of course it's good to be a doctor and all of that. But as a parent, I would say, because just like your life, you don't own your life, and that is why you're going to give account for your life to God. We were all taught that, okay, one day, someday, we will stand before God, and then we would give account for our lives, and then we will receive judgment for how well we lived our lives. Fine. And which I earlier explained that for us to do all of these things, for us to have all of these things in mind that someday is going to take place, which simply means that we do not own our lives, right? Same as a parent. In as much as God has given parents rights, some level of rights over a child, do you understand, as the parent, does not mean that that parent rather own that child. Do you understand? So parents need to understand that children are gifts from God. They are gifts. You don't own them. God owns them. And so if I want to take a particular certain decision over this child, but I need to go back to God who has given me this child. For instance, if I am given a phone to keep, maybe somebody walks up to me, hello Guji, please help me keep this phone, help me take care of this phone, I'm coming. Do you understand? I'm coming. But please help me hold on to this phone. Please, 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 I'm coming. If I want to take any decision concerning that phone, maybe I want to upload one app that I feel I will need in that phone, or I want to do just something on that phone that pertains to that phone. Do you understand? It is wisdom, it is courtesy that I call the owner of the phone and say, please, oh, Ejo, Bikonu, I want to do so and so. I want to upload one app like that because I want to do this and that and that and that. Can I? What do you think I should do? Do you think I should go ahead and all of that? Do you understand? That shows I'm giving account to the owner of the phone that, oh boy, before I take this particular decision, especially decisions that are very, very serious, very important, do you understand, that involves one life, do you understand, it is wisdom that I go back to the owner of the phone, reach out to the owner of the phone and say, please, can I? Do you understand? Then the person will now be the one tell me, no, 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 don't do it like that. If you do it like that, it will spoil the phone or this and that and that. And it is also wisdom that I obey, because not be me get the phone. I no go do otherwise, go spoil person phone. Can't they speak shibri shibri? Do you understand? So it is same as how parents should see parenting as. They should not see parenting as, I am the Lord of this child, I am the God of this child. That is how parents see parenting. Truly, that is how parents see parenting. Truly, they will tell you, they will literally, some will even literally tell you, yes, I am your God, I own you, and all of that. So whatever thing you do, whatever decision, even career path, everything you're supposed to do, it must be based on my own approval, or you don't succeed in this thing. Some parents even go as far as cursing that child. If you don't become this doctor I want you to become, nah, you will not succeed, you will suffer all the days of your life. Do you understand? And that is where we all are getting it wrong. Do you get? Because I tell people, if truly, or I tell parents, if truly that child belongs to you, then you don't need, there won't be need for you to give account to God. So God is the owner of every child. And it is God who has given you that child. It is even a privilege that you, as a parent, God has given you that child to watch over, to take care of, to groom. It takes a whole lot of trust. For instance, the illustration I just gave now about someone handing me his phone and say, okay, please, I'm coming, help me hold this phone, I'm traveling, when I come back I will collect it. Do you understand? It takes a whole lot of trust for that person to even confidently give me that phone to take care of. That means there's a level of trust that person has for me, that yes, I know this person will definitely take care of this device I'm giving her. Do you understand? So for God to give people children, it takes a whole lot of trust that God has over that parent. Yes, I believe you can groom this child well, or yeah, take this child. Groom Uguji. I want Uguji to be this and that. Do you understand? But most of the times, parents make the mistake of not going back to God. As little as even the school the child should attend, it is wise and important you go back to God, because God has a purpose for that child. God has a plan for every children. Children are gifts from God. God has plans for every child. God has plan for that child. Do you understand? So I'm going to divide this topic into two subtopics, and I will discuss one today. I will discuss the other next week. Now, the one I'm discussing today is like the two subtopic I'm going to divide it into is um your parents giving purpose versus God giving purpose, based on career path. The second one will be based on choosing your life partner, that's marriage, marital wise, like based on marriage, and you get, because these two subtopics are majorly the issues children face with their parents most at times. Yes. So now today we're going to be treating career paths. Yes. So now, like I said earlier, God have said this child is going to be a fine artist, and then your parents are like, no, God forbid, you're not going to be a fine artist. Or maybe it could even be that you're going to excel in the entertainment industry, or it could be just anything, or maybe a world-known hairstylist, or the best fashion designer ever on this earth, that would live on this earth. And now your parent feels like, oh no, it's not going to work that way. It must be that you must be a lawyer or a doctor or an engineer or something. Shall go to school. Do you understand? Yes. So go to school and go and study this particular course. You understand? So it causes a lot of, because that child, one, is going to struggle in that field, because that is not your field. Imagine you're not meant to excel in this part, and I'm trying to force you. You will just suffer for nothing. That's the thing. You will keep struggling and struggling and struggling. And I used to tell parents, I've stayed with children, I've groomed children to some certain extent, and I've understood something so far. If you really want to understand the path a child would follow in life, later in life, when that child is still small, you will see the signs. Yes, you would see the signs. Yeah. Mine was that when I was growing up, I was still barely 7 months old as a child, and then as a baby rather, and then, or as a toddler, and then they said whenever I see written, when I started crawling, right? Whenever I see written paper, anything written on paper, a paper that has something written on it, I would crawl to it, and when I see that paper, I would stay there. I would keep looking at that paper, paying keen attention to that, even though I don't even understand at that age. Of course, I don't understand what is written there. I don't even know what's written there, but you could tell that this child is interested. So there's this so much interest. Like I could stay there for so long. My focus, my attention, my concentration is just on that paper. So it dawned on my parents that, oh, this child, I think this child is going to be a writer. This child is going to really love book. And truly, 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 truth be told, while growing up, I loved book. I love reading. I love writing. Even till now, I'm a writer. Do you understand? So you could, if you pay attention to that child, you will be able to see the signs. You understand? And if I thought you don't see the sign, whether you see the signs or not, it is still good you go back to God. Because while growing up, my mother wanted me to be a doctor by all means. Jesus, by all means. This woman said, "Lalai, you must be a doctor." I have prayed. I've even signed it. I have prophesied it. Literally, I'm not exaggerating. I have prophesied it. You must be a doctor. Uguji, you even call my full name. You are a doctor. Safe. Do you understand? But I realized that yes, although I excelled in science class, but because of my intelligence and all of that, but I noticed I was struggling in that field. And then I became confused. And God, in His infinite mercy, I did all that I wanted to do. I wrote jam plenty times. Not like I was not passing. I was even beating the cutoff mark, but they did not give me admission. Now, until an opportunity came, I applied for film school, and then boom, I got it. In fact, it was not the admission officer that was even calling me, say, come and receive your admission. Do you understand? And then after I got into school, I began to realize that, oh, look at all these skills I used to have then. Because then, as a writer at home, they will flog you. My mother will even say, God forbid, you will not go into the entertainment industry. All the people in film, all the ladies in film are prostitutes. God forbid. Another talent I know God has given me is making hair and all of that. My mother swore in her life, you will never. But truth be told, that's what I'm excelling in those fields now. Do you understand? My mother prophesy. She even dreamt self and everything. Say you be a doctor. Oh, at the end of the day, I was really struggling all of those things. And then I understood something. I said, really, you're at it was those period that I got to understand that really, as a human being, there is your own God's given purpose. It is our parents that most of the times, without inquiring from God, they just create their own purpose for you and say, yes, I think this is the right thing for you. You even see some parents go as far as maybe stopping you from doing this thing that God wants you to do, stopping you and all of that. Do you get? So it's in the long run it's not good, because the child will end up not happy in the end, and two, the child would struggle and end up suffering in life, truly, because that is not your part. It's just like using a wrong key for the right padlock. It can't just fit in. It can't just work. You will keep struggling and struggling and struggling. Do you understand? I know of a story where these people are even white self. Of a story where the child, God wants that child to be a fine artist. And then the parent wants the child to be an engineer. And then the Lord even specifically appeared in this guy's dream, showed the young boy through a dream that this is what I want you to be. Come, go and meet your parents. Go and tell your mother, because his mother was a single mom. His father wasn't there physically available and all of that. You get? Go and meet your mother and tell her that I said she should buy you a canvas so you can start practicing how to draw. The mother was like, God forbid. He went to wake his mom up and like, Mommy, look at what I dreamt and look at what I heard. Do you understand? The mother said, go back to your sleep. What are you saying? You this useless boy. What do you want to be useless? Or fine artist care? God forbid. I won't watch you as your mother become such. People that are doing this thing are riffraffs and blah blah blah. Okay. The boy went back to sleep. God woke the boy up again and even warned himself. Go and meet your mother and tell her this. The boy went back to the mother. The mother went, okay, reluctantly. She was like, okay, okay. She sure went to buy canvas and everything. She was reluctant. She was, this kind of like you're doing something and then it's like as if you are being forced in doing that thing. You really do not believe in it, but you're just, okay, okay, Oto. I don't know. I also feel for her to even reluctantly want to do it, for her to even make that move safe. I also want to believe God actually spoke to her in a way. Then she was like, okay, okay. Sha, I don't believe in it though, but Sha, let's just, okay, Oto. Let's just, you understand. Lo and behold, before that year ran out, this little boy brought money home, so much money home through that thing. Before that year ran out, little boy brought massive money. In fact, that money was good enough to solve all their life's problems. Do you understand? And then the mother, of course, that kind of thing, when you see that kind of thing take place in your child's life or in your life, because children are blessings from God. So every child God has given you is to bring forth blessing to you as a parent. Do you understand? So the mother was happy. The mother was so happy because of that. That work, that artwork announced both him and his mother. Do you understand? It was a glorious thing. It was a glorious testimony. So then I understand that as parents, it is wise. It is very, very wise. I know you want your child to be this. I know you know we as parents, we as humans, we there's a certain kind of belief we have. There's a certain kind of, oh, I believe that the next future, this is what will be in vogue. This is what will be in vogue and all of that. And God is telling your child, God and God, or God is telling you, or God's purpose for that child is to be something different. Do you understand? It's not so that your child will suffer, because definitely, even in the Bible, God says that the thoughts He has for us are of good and not of evil, to give us an expected end. Do you understand? So everything God says about us are for good, for our own good, for us to excel in those things. Do you understand? So when God says this is what, it is very important as a parent to always inquire from God. God, it is you that has given me this child. What do you want this child to become? What do you want for this child? What are your plans for this child? As little as the school the child, God needs the child to go to, it is advisable as a parent to ask from God, inquire from God, ask God. Do you understand? Because you will find out that that child will definitely excel in that field. Do you understand? So yes, that is all for this career aspects or perspective of this title I gave this subject matter: parents given purpose versus God's given purpose. And so at this point, I bring you all guys to the end of today's show. There is so many things I really wish to talk about, but looking at our time, there's no enough time anymore. I think I've even gone past the timeline of where we're supposed to end this podcast show for today. So guys, thank you very much for staying tuned to this show. I hope you are blessed. I hope you are, your eyes of understanding have been enlightened so far by these little things I've said today. Thank you so much for staying tuned to us. And we are on all social media platforms. Maybe not all. Yes, not all. Sorry. I'm sorry for saying all. But we are on social media platforms like Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Please endeavor to follow us up and get, so that you can get notified each time we make uploads like this. Yes, thank you so much. And feel free to always comment, feel free to always drop your suggestions, feel free to always say something. Do you understand? Yes, drop your comment, drop your opinion, drop what you feel free. Yes, and you can always reach out to us on our WhatsApp number. You would clearly see it on the flyer. Yes, reach out to us on our WhatsApp number through call or text, or any which ways you want to. Just feel free, please feel free. And like I would always say, I love every one of you guys. I love everyone. Yes, so thank you so much for staying tuned to us once again. See you next week Friday. Thank you. Take care, and please do take care of yourself. Yes, it's very important. Bye.